Talking your money now, traditional long-term care isn't cheap these days, but there are some alternatives to think about. Wealth manager and author Jim Sloan joining us throughout this hour with advice. And good morning to you, Jim. We hope you had a fabulous holiday weekend.
Great.
So let's talk about the odds that someone, Jim, may need long-term care services at some point in their life. I assume they're probably pretty good, right?
Sure. Actually, Natalie, I'd start off by saying that not everyone is going to need long-term care services. So that's good news for some. It's just they don't know who they are yet. But recent studies show us that 70% of seniors over the age of 65 at some point in their life will need long-term care services. And only about 10% of seniors over age 65 have or currently have long-term care coverage. So it really just tells us that at some point in seniors' life, the majority will ultimately need some form of long-term care services. And
we don't have a lot of time left for this segment, but I was looking at the cost there, $200 to $400 a month for that. Is that after a certain age? Because that's like a car payment.
Yeah, $200 to $500 a month, and it's going to really depend on their age, their health conditions, and what type of coverage that they choose.
All right, thanks, Jim. We're going to see you in just about 10 minutes. Good advice there. Need to be prepared for that. Thank you, Michelle. To your money now, alternatives to long-term care insurance. Wealth manager and author Jim Sloan is here with us throughout the hour to give us some thoughts on the topic. So, Jim, what are some reasons that many boomers and retirees, just don't buy that long-term care insurance? I'm sure cost is a big factor.
Oh, it definitely is, Natalie. In fact, really the two top concerns that we hear regularly is, number one, it's too expensive. And number two is, well, I don't want to pay these premiums for all of these years and then never use the coverage or never have the coverage. Well, the nice thing today is that there are alternatives to traditional long-term care that could solve that.
And we're going to delve into those a little bit later this hour. Is that the plan? It looks like there's one here, asset-based long-term care coverage. All right, we'll talk about that coming up. Thanks so much, Jim. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We are focused on long-term care insurance this morning. It's something that can make a dent in your wallet for sure, but there are alternatives out there. Wealth manager and author Jim Sloan back with us now with his perspective. And Jim, how does asset-based long-term care coverage work? I know you're going to talk about what it is first, though.
Sure. Well, Natalie, asset-based long-term care has gained popularity recently in the recent years. In fact, what it is, it's a life insurance policy that has a long-term care rider that you attach to it. And it's ideal for someone that has, say, a rainy day fund somewhere that's set aside for the purpose of long-term care services. If I need long-term care services, we've got this $50,000 sitting over in this account that we'll use that. Well, a 65-year-old female could reposition that $50,000 into this asset-based long-term care policy. And immediately, day one, they'll get $90,000 death benefit and $250,000 of long-term care benefit. And it also comes with a money-back guarantee. If at some point you decide you don't want the policy, they will give the money back to you, minus any benefits paid out.
So what kind of coverage is included with this type of policy?
Just like with a traditional long-term care policy, assisted living, nursing home facilities, adult daycare, and home health care.
That sounds like a great plan. I'm going to start saving that $50K. It's going to take me a while, but all right, thanks, Jim. We appreciate it. To your money now throughout this hour, we've been talking about long-term care insurance. It's something many have or will be considering. But if you think the price tag is too high, there are some other options to consider. Wealth manager and author Jim Sloan joins us one last time. So let's continue the conversation on this asset-based long-term care coverage, Jim. What is the cost of this plan typically?
Well, asset-based long-term care is really going to require a single premium to put into this life policy, and the end result is going to be somebody may have $20,000 or $30,000 or $40,000, and the amount of money you put in is going to determine the amount of benefits that you have.
Makes sense. So initially you'd said if you have $50K to put in, then you can automatically get $90,000 in death benefits, and you can get maybe $200K plus in long-term care insurance right from day one. But if you do less than that, you're going to have less money to work with, correct?
That's exactly right. Maybe $20,000 may get you $100,000 of long-term care benefit. You're looking at probably 4 or 5 times what you put in. That's going to be the amount of benefit that you'll receive.
And where can viewers get more information about this? Because I think this is just a fascinating plan to really get yourself involved in if you are at that age.
This plan actually benefits many, but not everyone. So you want to get the information, you want to learn the details, and the easiest way to do that is to look at a proposal for your particular situation, and you can do that at jimsloan.com.
All right, thanks, Jim. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great week.